Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Thanks for joining us. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. A sad day. Chris is in mourning today. We just want to express our condolences.
I am. I'm wearing all black
thoughts and
today.
prayers. Wow. Just sad. His turtle died.
Yeah. King Charles of House Tortuga passed away yesterday.
King Charles of House
Tortuga.
Tortuga?
Yes.
Turtle.
All right. Okay. I like the name.
I feel like you're maybe not treating this with the weight that it deserves.
Oh, no.
He's not.
That's why I brought it up, because it's just obviously hanging on him today and casting a pall in the entire building. And so I thought we should probably recognize it.
So
Very solemn and sad day.
He was 15 years old?
Yes.
How long did you have him? The whole time?
10, about 10.
Oh, he's 5 when you got him?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Don't they last? Don't they live to 100 or something?
You reminded me that, Pat.
200?
So I killed my own turtle. So
What did you do? Wow, that's shocking.
Yeah, what did you do?
I don't know. I think it was a freeze. I think the freeze froze it to death.
Oh, you didn't bring him in?
Bring him inside?
You're supposed to bring in your pets.
Outside in his hut with a lamp.
Wow.
Well,
So would you want to be outside with a lamp when it's 12 degrees?
If I'm an outside pet, yes.
It got up to 76 degrees here yesterday. And then he died?
No, I think he died a couple of days ago, but I thought he was just sleeping.
Oh, so we're just talking rampant neglect of this poor turtle.
You know, I was on Chris's
That
side.
made me feel great. I feel fantastic.
Sorry.
Yikes.
Sorry. So don't you have to feed him every day, or?
Oh, yeah, he had his food and his water. And
Okay. But
Man, I'm sorry.
we lost him. We lost
did.
him anyway. Dang it. All right. Well, our condolences.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
For sure. That's really sad. You know what's happy, though? Pat Gray Bingo starts on Monday, March 3rd. Coincidentally, that's also, of course, the obnoxious Pat Gray New Year.
Wait, obnoxious. Your fans love Pat Gray New Year.
Yeah, I know.
What do you mean? I don't understand obnoxious.
I don't know. It just
How'd that slip out?
Non sequitur that just hit me. I don't
Just
know.
Do Muck and Futch has already provided us with bingo card number 1.
Oh,
So
great.
We're ready to go.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So Monday. And then
So starts Monday, and you win fabulous prizes.
Yeah, $30 to spin, right?
Right at patgrayshop.com and a dozen Kexi cookies.
Wow.
Kexi.com. Yesterday at the White House, French President Emmanuel Macron stopped by to visit with President Trump.
Look at that. There's our oldest ally.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, no.
So he's trying to pull away, and Trump won't let him. Is that what was going on there?
It's their thing.
It's their love thing.
It's their thing. In
Actually,
fact,
it's the Macron thing.
I think we have a whole series.
Okay.
Where are we going to start? 2017? Okay. All right, so here they are. Watch the gripping. Holy crap.
Okay, so they just count the seconds that they hold hands there.
And you can see Trump is saying, all right, bro.
I know.
Tap, tap, tap.
Okay, let go. Let go.
Okay, what's the deal with the hand, bro? What are you doing?
I need my hand back.
Seriously. He needs to learn
17
the French
seconds,
phrase for let go of my freaking hand.
Kisses his wife while the
Oh, my gosh.
hand-holding continues. 26, 27.
It's
such a 29 seconds.
Pathetic power play.
That's weird. That's just weird. There's a weird thing. Apparently, there's a rumor about his wife.
Oh, no.
Being a tranny?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Being
old.
a transgender person.
Yeah.
Have you
Where's that? I mean, why? Is there anything?
Have you not seen what she looks like?
Yeah, I've seen her.
There you
She's
go.
just older than him, right? Wasn't she his teacher or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of women wearing the suede jacket and the blue jeans. And
Yeah. That's a big
walking
thing
around
right now.
the college classroom.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
Definitely sitting like a woman. So feminine the way she sits. Anyway, I think we're getting distracted from the handshakes. What do we got? 2024?
Okay, so we did, last was 2017, right? Then 2024.
Okay.
Here it is again.
All right. Huggy hug.
All right.
Let go.
Let go of me.
Holy crap.
Well, now we need the hold hands for the photo op. But then they continue. Oh, finally let go. All right. So that was 2024. And then, of course, did we already play the 2025?
No.
Okay.
I think, I guess we did. Let's play it again. because I think there's a different angle here or something.
All right.
Go ahead and play in 25. No, it's not. Okay, so, but I think it's getting lower and lower. Like Trump is figuring out how to get that hand out of there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no, it's going. Just
there he goes. Finally.
Yeah, and a little bit of this is on Trump in that he hasn't learned the French phrase "let go of my hand, little man" in French yet. This guy, this Macron,
let go.
Let go. Yeah, just learn let go.
And if you want to be subtle, just bring with you a boombox playing the Frozen song.
Let it go.
Right? Let it go.
Okay.
Let it go.
I like it. So who do you think's got the stronger grip, Macron or his wife?
Oh, definitely his wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no.
That was kind of a
It's not even a competition.
So of course it's his wife.
question.
So inside the White House, President Trump shared a memory of he and Macron yesterday.
I just want to tell you a little story. So we were at the Eiffel Tower having dinner with your wonderful wife and with my wonderful wife, and we came out and he started speaking the French deal. And we didn't have an interpreter, and he was going on and on and on, and I was just nodding, yes, yes, yes. And he really sold me out, because I got back the next day and I read the papers. I said, that's not what we said. He's a smart customer, I will tell you that. That wasn't exactly what we agreed to.
Boy,
Don't touch the president like
Interesting.
that.
Yeah, I think that's his very diplomatic way of saying, yeah, Macron's a liar.
Yeah.
Because he took our meeting and told you guys something that it wasn't.
Interesting.
Boy.
President Trump also discussed the Russian-Ukraine war and how the previous administration handled it.
Back to war. I think people have had their full. I'm just glad I was able to help, because there was no communication with Russia until I came along. Biden didn't communicate. He couldn't communicate with his own child. So Biden didn't communicate. He couldn't. It was terrible. He hadn't spoken to Putin in 3 years. You're trying to end a war. People are being killed. Every week,
Right.
thousands of people are being killed. Soldiers, in this case, mostly. Also towns, as missiles go in and back and forth. No, it's a shame. This should have never happened. This is a very sad. This is going to go down in the history books. This is a very sad moment.
Fact.
Because that should have been stopped. That should have never started. And if it did start, it should have stopped the first week, not 3 years later. Okay?
That's probably a bone of contention between the two of them, because France seems to love this war. They're doing everything they can to keep it going. So is UK. With Great Britain, France, the European Union seems to be on board with it. I don't know. It's really strange.
We had the vote in the United Nations yesterday, and to condemn Russia for the invasion. The United States decided they would stay neutral, which I.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
That's the take from
weird.
most pundits. I don't know if you're in the middle, like the week of trying to mediate.
It's probably not
this
a good
thing.
time. That's probably why they did it. It's not a good time to be condemning Russia when we're trying to get them to the table and stop this thing. Maybe that's the explanation. I don't know. But there is an update on a possible deal to end the war.
Reached an agreement with the Ukrainians on the critical minerals deal.
It looks like we're getting very close. The deal's being worked on, and we're, I think, getting very close to getting an agreement where we get our money back over a period of time. But it also gives us something where I think it's very beneficial to their economy, to them as a country. But we're in for $350 billion. How we got there, I don't know. But that's a lot of money. A lot of money invested, and we had nothing to show for it.
It must be the real number.
It was the Biden administration's fault. The Europeans are in for about $100 billion, and they do it in the form of a loan. And the Europeans have been great on this issue. They understood it wasn't fair, and we were able to work something out. But with the Ukrainians, I think I can say that we're very close. Scott's around here someplace, and I think we can say that we're very. Hi, Scott. I think we're very close. Do you have something to say about that, Scott?
We are very close.
Good.
1 yard line.
All right, good.
Mr. President.
Wow. So they're at the 1 yard line on peace? That's interesting.
Time for the tush push. Get it over the line.
Right. Or the brotherly shove.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which seems to work like literally every time, I think, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that like 100%?
No.
It's pretty close.
It's up there. Yeah, it's up there for sure.
It's up there. All right. So that's fascinating that we're on the 1 yard line. Does that include Ukraine being on board?
I don't know, but as everyone was talking about the UN vote yesterday, nobody was talking about the Ukraine parliament voting, and it was supposed to be a resolution reaffirming that Zelensky is, hey, you're a legitimate president. Yay. It failed.
Oh, wow.
So the parliament voted against reaffirming Zelensky as the...
Oopsie daisies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not super popular like he once was. I think they're pretty sick of 3 years of war with Russia. So, yeah, that's hurting him. Yesterday on his podcast, Dan Bongino discussed his career change from, being a talk show host, pretty successful one, to second in command at the FBI. And it was noted that just a few days ago, Bongino had this to say about Senator Adam Schiff.
Particularly good mood today. If you only knew. You ever hear that House on Fire song? It's one of his old songs. This guy's on fire, just like the Bailey song. That house on fire. He is on fire, Schiff. Well, 100% success rate of failing. Why is Adam Schiff so worried? Folks, I strongly encourage you to go back and take another look today at the Russia collusion hoax. I know it's a story that's old and a lot of people want to move on. I'm going to be straight with you. I don't want to move on. We had the FBI in conjunction with the Department of Justice, officials in Congress, foreign governments, and intel people fabricate a story.
Yep.
Invent a story that could have caused and done serious long-term harm to international relations with a nuclear-powered foe. It's kind of a big freaking deal. I'm not letting it go. And you listen to me. This is going to be very important in the coming days. I'm not letting this go. I want to find out what happened because it can never happen again. Not to a Democrat, not to a Republican, not to a Libertarian, not to any United States citizen. You do not get to alter or try to change the course of electoral politics by fabricating a story, hijacking the justice system then to give the patina of truth to a fake story. You don't get to do that. Why do I bring that up now? Because who is the ringmaster of that circus? Yes, Adam Schiff. And no, I'm not letting it go.
So wait, it's not like he's going to be in a position to do something about it.
That, of course, is the underlying point of the whole thing. That now he is in a position, and that's why he emphasized it so hard.
Yep.
That I'm not letting it go. Oh, good. Well, good. Let's hope that takes off.
Apparently, they're not letting the J6 committee go either. I saw a report last night that they're actively pursuing Nancy Pelosi, Liz Cheney, Adam Schiff over what they were doing with the J6 committee. So
that's great.
It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it? All the rats are scurrying for cover right now.
Of course, they're also destroying documents, we learned.
Oh, you know they are.
Yes, it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get a chance to see Benny Johnson's conversation with Garrett O'Boyle, one of the FBI whistleblowers, that is... boy, it's depressing how O'Boyle talks about they have servers that they are wiping information from that they swear that Elon Musk couldn't even salvage data off of it.
Wow. All right, let me tell you about the Jace case. First of all, Jace Medical wants to thank all the first responders as we've been dealing with snowstorms, fires, and all kinds of intense weather events. It's easy to forget how many people put their lives on the line to save their fellow Americans. But first responders can't be everywhere all at once. And when it comes to emergencies, the thing you need to remember is that you're on your own. You are your own first responder at the beginning. And one of the most important tools you can have in your kit is the Jace case. I can't recommend these highly enough. If you're the type of person who wants to be prepared for any eventuality, when disaster strikes, you're absolutely going to want this. for your home. The Jase case is a personalized emergency kit, contains essential antibiotics and medications that treat the most common and deadly bacterial infections, provides 5 life-saving antibiotics for emergency use, and they even have ivermectin as an add-on if you want. So go to jase.com, enter their giveaway right now, too, or to purchase their your own case. Enter the promo code PAT at checkout and get a discount on your order. That's promo code PAT, P-A-T, at J-A-S-E, jase.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Is there anybody more wildly chaotic than James Carville? I mean, this guy is all over the map.
Yeah.
I'm so
He's a piece of work.
weird, his mood swings and the things he's pissed off about. One day he's pissed off at Democrats, the next day saying something extremely stupid about Republicans. But he made this prediction about the Trump administration.
But what I've said very publicly, the Democrats need to play possum. This whole thing is collapsing. It doesn't need Elizabeth Warren and somebody screaming to pacify some progressive advocacy groups in Washington, which, by the way, I wish these people were just useless. They're actually worse than useless, that they're detrimental. And they never, ever learn to shut up. And
Wait.
so, Dan, this is what I
James
believe. I
Carville
believe
is
that
saying
this
that?
administration, in less than 30 days, in the midst of a massive collapse,
Okay.
and particularly a collapse in public opinion. Della Volpe at Harvard, who's very good. I used to think, once I saw a Harvard youth poll, I discounted it. I've come to say it's a pretty damn good poll. Pretty good guy. He's gone from 53 approval to under 30 to 39. That's a collapse.
What?
And all we need to do, the analogy I use, is Pickett is 500 yards from the stone wall. Hold your fire. It's going to be easy pickings here in 6 weeks. Just lay back.
So you literally think 30 days to 6 weeks, the Trump administration is effectively going to collapse in terms of public support?
Well, it's collapsing right now. We're in the midst of
What are you
collapse.
talking
This is the
about?
lowest approval, not even close, that any president has ever had at a comparable time.
No.
Again, that's
What poll
provable
is he
fact.
looking at?
So they're not going to be able to
bizarre.
get a debt extension. That's pretty clear.
Bizarre.
I don't think they're going to be able to pass reconciliation, but I'm not sure. But they're going to have to go to Hakeem. And that is going to be the equivalent of stacking arms.
All right, I can't take it.
It's over.
Where are you getting your numbers? Because despite the leftist, vicious, nonstop attacks, like from you, Americans still widely approve of what President Trump is doing. Polling by the Center for American Political Studies at that conservative bastion. Oh, my gosh. It's called Harvard. You know, that's where the right-wing kooks all hang out. Harvard. And the Harris poll.
Wait, didn't he just praise Harvard polling?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He just lied about what the results were. Jeez. Not only shows Trump and his aggressive agenda remain popular with the American people, but also the Democrats are extremely unpopular. Just look at some of these numbers. That's crazy. I might need the Jackie specs for some of these. Deporting immigrants who are here illegally and have committed crimes. 81% support.
And that's a Trump policy. All these are.
Undertaking full-scale efforts to find and eliminate fraud and waste in government. 76% approve.
That should be 100.
76% also approve of closing the border with added security and policies that discourage illegal crossings. 76% on both of those issues.
He's collapsing.
Yeah. Banning men who have undergone operations and hormones to become women in girls' sports. 69% approval for that.
Nice.
Declaring that there are only two genders, male and female, in all government forms and programs, 68% support. Eliminating all preferences by race in hiring and awarding government contracts, that's supported by 65% of the American people. Freezing and reevaluating foreign aid expenditures and the department that handled them, 63%. 61% support placing reciprocal tariffs on countries that have tariffs on U.S. goods. Cutting government expenditures that were already allocated by Congress, 59%, and ending bans on offshore drilling in Alaska and elsewhere, 57% support that.
But this is an administration that's collapsing.
Yeah. And by the way, they're collapsing so badly that Trump's actual approval rating is not whatever he said, 39% or 30%. He said it started at 52 or whatever and went down to under 30, then back to 39. No, it's at 52% right now. 52% approval.
Oh, that Harvard poll's got it at 58% overall.
Wow.
On the screen there.
Wow.
93 among Republicans and well, I'm sorry. No, that's not the approval rating. That is who's doing a better job as president right now.
Right. The approval
Trump
rating
or
is
Biden.
52%.
Trump or Biden. Yeah, there you go.
58 to 42 on who's doing the better job.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Gosh. Yeah, I can't believe it's...
Biden is 42.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
At this time, yeah.
But 52% approval rating. Where is he getting his number? He just made stuff up.
And Democrats are in complete panic. The new head of the DNC, you can interpret kind of what he said on MSNBC over the weekend. It sounds like all of this outrage that you're seeing at Republican town halls are just Democrat plants showing up there. That's their plan, to make it look like, look, even their constituents are showing up to give them an earful.
And it's incredible.
And these are Democrat plants.
That his approval rating is standing up to all of that.
Yeah.
Even DOGE gets a big majority approval from the American people in the Harvard poll. The survey showed that Trump has... So they're talking about Harvard aligning with the Real Clear Politics average, which is very close. 83% of voters expressed a preference for cutting government spending. 77% supported a broad review of government spending. Isn't that exactly what DOGE is? 77% support it. Wow. All right, so just don't listen to the lies. It's just I don't understand why people keep turning to this guy. First of all, he's a tad unstable.
Oh gosh!
Wow, I mean,
drunk. Oh, yeah.
Could he be drunk? Yes, and he's just making things up. Bizarre. I don't know how you get away with that, because if we were just making up numbers, we wouldn't be on the air very long. You lose all credibility. Nobody pays attention to what you're saying anymore. And yet he somehow finds a forum to amplify his nonsense. Wow. So the breakdown, did we show the breakdown by party?
Yeah, we did. It was on the screen. We didn't mention it.
Democrats are at, let's see, who did a better job? Who's doing a better job? Look at that. Right underneath the Trump numbers is GOP doing a better job, 93%.
Well, do you think that Donald Trump is doing a better job?
Republicans are 93% supportive of that.
Correct.
Democrats, 22%. That's probably higher than...
I mean, just look at independents.
And independents, 57. Yeah. So, pretty good numbers for the president. You know, especially for doing so much so quickly. Yeah. And for all of the garbage he's getting from the mainstream media. Wow. It's staggering. It's so bad that a lot of Democrat donors are pulling their funding now of the Democrat Party. They said this week, several of them said this week that they've paused their donations to the party because of how weak and ineffective it's become in the wake of President Trump's return to office. One of them said, I'll be blunt here. The Democrat Party is effing terrible. Plain and simple. In fact, it doesn't get much worse. This is a Democratic donor The donor said that the 2024 loss was much worse than the loss in 2016 because the party is currently so weak and so diminished. A second donor told the publication that they were equally turned off about the party. They want us to spend money, and for what? For no message, no organization, no forward thinking. The thing that's clear to a lot of us is that the party never really learned its lesson in 2016. They worked off the same playbook and the same ineffective strategies, and to what end? Frankly, a lot of donors I've talked to don't think their voice mattered in 2024, so I've been doing a lot more listening than talking. So that's interesting because a lot of them are also pissed off about the fact that they had no choice in the nominee. They were just left out to dry.
We tried to warn them.
Sorry, no democratic process here. We're just appointing Kamala Harris. You don't get a chance to vote on this. So they're bitter, understandably.
Well, I mean, they haven't lost all their support. They got Chris Mowrey, who sporting a new tattoo. I don't know if you see this, look at that. See, he's the bicep guy, right, Chris?
Yes, this is bicep guy.
Bicep guy. Yeah, he's the one who always. So, but anyway, it's democracy dies in darkness. So he's out there pimping the Washington Post, I guess. Wow, that's not
these.
good.
Those two really think a lot of themselves, don't they?
Yes.
Jeez.
Oh my.
Is the Democrat Party still paying them? Because they're not. That doesn't seem very effective in the wake of them getting their anus kicked.
Who do you think paid for that tattue?
Washington Post.
Washington
for sure,
Post.
bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would have been fun if there was like a little WP logo in the bottom corner.
Would have had to disclose.
That would have been the clincher.
And speaking of polls, did you see Chicago's mayor? His polls? Oh my gosh.
Him and Zelensky, right?
I guess so. Yeah. Well, he is at 6.6%.
He's blowing him out of the water.
According to Politico, the mayor of Chicago is at 6.6% approval rating. My gosh. That might be as low as I've ever seen in America. Maybe what's his face from Illinois, the governor of No. Before that. Did time in prison.
Blagojevich.
Yeah, Blagojevich. He might have been at 4%, but this guy 6.6%. As you can imagine, crime is one of the issues. 67% are pretty concerned about the crime in Chicago. High taxes, 54%. Inflation, 41%. That is their main issue. Immigration control, border security in Chicago. Why are they worried about it? Well, because it affects them as well. Every town's a border state or a border city now. Every state's a border state. Every city's a border city.
Chicago doesn't get another mayor race until February of 2027.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Did they ever screw up? Shoo.
What a weird month for an election, too.
Yeah. February? Not good. That's weird. Anyway, they've got a while to marinate in their last choice. So congratulations, Chicago. And keep in mind, what's-her-face before him was awful during the pandemic. She's out getting her nails and her hair done because she cares about her hygiene.
Yeah, butthole eyes.
Oh, butthole eyes, yeah.
Butthole eyes.
What was her? What was Beetlejuice? What was her real name?
Beetlejuice, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Beetlejuice.
I said it.
Yeah.
But she goes
Don't say it twice
butthole
more,
eyes.
though, because she'll show up here. She'll appear.
Yeah. Careful. What was her name? Why can't we
how
remember her
quickly
name?
people forget.
Mayor.
Wow.
Former mayor. How sad is this?
That's very sad.
Or is it good? It
hasn't been very long.
Lori Lightfoot.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Don't say that one 3 times either.
Gordon Lightfoot's mom or something. I don't know. That's the only Lightfoot. The only other one I know. 888-933-93. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. There's still so much to cover. I mean...
Yeah, we got to talk about a death threat for a popular talk show host.
Oh, wow.
Coming from a member of Congress.
Oof.
It's getting ugly out there.
Yes, it is. Get into that coming up.
Unleashed.
All right, got some tweets here. Bunter Hayden, pardon crack connoisseur, tweets, wait, did Chris just admit to taking out Mitch McConnell?
Oh, no. Too soon.
Too soon. Yeah, too soon. Peekapool, the dastardly deed-doing Pokemon.
Wow.
I'm surprised someone hasn't proposed in true DC fashion the creation of a J6 committee to investigate the J6 committee.
It's coming.
Nancy's vodka-soaked dentures. Carville must be getting his numbers from the latest poll of federal workers. Yeah. We'll hear from one of those federal workers later on. Also, we want to send out our thoughts and prayers to Pathead Mr. Sean's. Apparently, he's in the hospital with a bad case of flu, influenza, and bacterial pneumonia.
Oh, my. That's a double whammy.
Not good.
We're praying for you, buddy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, what was the development between Tucker Carlson and Dan Crenshaw? Dan Crenshaw was being interviewed by somebody in Britain, right?
Great Britain News, yes.
Great Britain News. And after the interview, he said something that he was still on mic, and they heard.
There was a hot mic moment, yes.
Yeah. And, okay. So what happened there?
Watch this.
This is post-interview?
Yeah, they're taking off their microphones. Where is it on here? I don't see it. 16? 16.
Have you ever met Tucker?
Have you ever met Tucker?
We've talked a lot.
Talked a lot.
Talked a lot on Twitter. If I ever meet him.
So he said, if you didn't hear it there or weren't reading it, maybe you're listening online, but if we ever met, I'd effing kill him.
Yeah, play it again.
Wow.
Have you ever met Tucker? We've talked a lot.
Talked a lot on Twitter. If I ever met him now, I'll effing kill him.
Yeah, worst person, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
Now, obviously we had to mute that there for broadcast purposes, but if you watch it, there's not a chance he said anything else. That's what he said. I'll effing kill him.
Has he been questioned about this?
He has. Picture 13, MTG asked, why are you threatening my friend? Then Crenshaw says, LOL, no. But then the community note says, but you did. You did, in fact, say if he ever met Tucker, he will kill him.
Yeah. And GB News, Great Britain News.
They deleted the video.
Deleted it.
They deleted the footage.
So that he wouldn't have to, experience the backlash.
I don't know. Online is saying that he threatened GB News or Great Britain News.
Mm-hmm.
The host who interviewed him said, no, you actually did say effing kill him.
Wow.
So
jeez, what happened? Remember how at first we thought this guy was going to be great. He was fantastic. Mm-hmm. Turned out to be quite the opposite, didn't he?
Which is why he got the nickname Eye Patch McCain.
Yeah,
that's right.
And don't forget, I still want the backstory. He was so upset 2 years ago. If you recall, there was the vote for Speaker, and they voted for McCarthy.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen quick enough for Dan Crenshaw. And so he was apparently behind the scenes not a happy camper. And I don't know what he ended up doing behind the scenes. I have no idea. I just know that when he was sitting there during the vote and during the debate, you recall that he had a bloody knuckle. Remember that?
I do remember that.
This is that night.
Yeah.
January 6th, 2023. So I don't know.
Did he punch a wall or something?
Oh, what? Oh, that's a interesting theory there, Pat. He punched something, it looks like.
The guy's a little unbalanced.
A little bit.
Interesting.
A little bit.
What can I say? When you serve your country and you become a veteran, your mental factors are not all there.
Really?
And anger is very easily summoned.
Really?
Oh, yes.
You've experienced that?
I've sometimes. Yes.
As a former gate guard?
I'm not saying that I'm comparing myself to a Navy SEAL, but I'm saying that,
still. Still, yeah. You went through some stuff. People were shooting stuff at you.
Yeah, you can say at the gate.
At the gate. Yeah, or in the barracks. Where did the explosion happen? Where were you?
At the barracks. Yes.
You're at the barracks.
I was talking to my ex-wife on Skype.
Oh, wow. Was she ex at the time? Or
no, she was current.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Wow. So some weird things going on here. Just very strange. Member of Congress threatening a talk show host, popular guy. Maybe not the best situation.
Yeah.
For a sitting congressman? I don't know.
Speaking of congressman, Chris, let's be sure to keep an eye on Nick Sortor's account today.
Oh, yes.
Did you see? I'm just seeing if this has dropped yet. I don't think it has. So he tweeted out late last night. Hi, Representative Swalwell. I know you have me blocked, but I wanted to thank you for the lovely chat we just had at dinner. You'll see a video recap tomorrow here on X. Regards. The man whose table you invaded while you were inebriated at dinner. P.S. Tell Fang Fang I said hi. So I guess there was a hidden camera at Nick's table.
Love it.
That Swalwell ended up rolling over to, or I guess they started recording on his phone. I don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to find out later today.
Oh, that'll be fun.
What Swalwell said.
That should be fun.
That should be great.
So I wonder if we'll also get the Epstein list today. There's a couple of things to really keep an eye on today. We didn't get it yesterday. A little disappointing.
I'm getting concerned about everything.
Yeah.
All the information about the FBI and destroying records, which we knew they were doing, but apparently beyond repair, according to Garrett O'Boyle. It's even more insubordination at the FBI, where he talked about these 500 people expected to move to Huntsville, Alabama from D.C. He explains that they can totally fake that and just put in the paperwork and all this stuff. We'll see. Anyway, but this is why I'm getting disappointed. We've got Eric Daugherty post this. Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna is now pressuring the Department of Justice on not answering her letters for the status of the Epstein and JFK files. Luna leads the declassification task force. She publicly asked AG Pam Bondi for the status of the documents ordered to be released by Trump. On February 11th and 19th, House Oversight sent a letter to the DOJ asking for status on releasing the Epstein files as well as JFK, etc. DOJ has not responded. And
what?
Yeah. So yeah. And so he quotes, I think this is a quote from Luna, I think. He puts in quotes, reaching out on X because we can't seem to get a response from the AG. AG Bondi, what's the status of the documents? These documents were ordered to be declassified. I don't know if I think he's quoting Luna on that one.
And didn't Pam Bondi say that they're
it's on her desk?
On her desk right now, under review for release. So what's the holdup?
Yeah. So
What's
that was
the holdup?
That was a quote. I'm looking at Anna Paulina Luna's Twitter feed right now. That's the quote. Reaching out on X because we can't seem to get a response from AG Bondi.
Okay, that's weird.
That is.
I don't like that.
Troubling.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been.
I know.
A very short time, really. So
still, each passing moment.
Yeah,
it increases
makes you
the
more
likelihood
suspicious.
that they're erasing something, and not saying Bondi is. But that someone has access to this stuff and maybe is muting it before release.
A lot of speculation as to who's on that. Glenn just speculated, was it yesterday? Of who might be on it. One of them was Bill Clinton.
No,
I think we know he's been named. That wouldn't shock anybody.
He's got frequent flyer miles on the Lolita Express. You kidding me?
Did he include Bill Gates? Was that one of the three?
Oh.
No,
that guy's got to be.
Because I think Bill Gates is on it.
He seems so guilty.
Bill Gates, one of the most likely candidates to be on that list.
And then what will happen to these people?
I don't know. Something might now. I don't know. I don't know. You'd have a hard time proving things, I suppose, unless they've got, unless they found documents and videos, photographs. I don't know. We'll see. That might be tough because Epstein's gone. I don't know how much credibility Ghislaine Maxwell has, but might be tough to bring him to trial.
Here's the three names that he gave yesterday. Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew.
Oh, yeah, Prince Andrew.
And Bill Gates.
Yeah. Oh, you did mention Bill Gates. Okay. Good. That would not be a surprise for any of
I feel
those
like
three.
those three are just freaking flyers of
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I don't think that's a surprise.
That's what I feel like. Yeah.
I know yesterday Glenn was talking that possibly that Stu was on the list because he doesn't want the list to be released.
Oh.
So
why doesn't Stu want the list to be released?
Because he said
because he's on it.
I'm paraphrasing. He said it could be used because it could just be like that person. It's a contact list, not a client list, and people might misinterpret that and use that to blackmail people. So Glenn put a good theory that maybe Stu is on the list because he's pushing back on being released. So
yeah.
Hey, speaking of people that need to be on watch lists, how about these members of the CIA and the NSA and what was the other group?
The NCAA.
NCAA, right?
Yeah.
We got their little chat room.
Oh,
wait, were they not allowed to talk about sex at work?
Oh man! All of a sudden, what are
all of
you
a
that
sudden you
picky? It's gotten so bad we can't have sex chats at work all day, every day.
Thank you.
Talk about transgenderism and kinky sex and all of that.
Your tax dollars at work. I obviously these employees now have a list of 5 things that they can report back on what they did at work. Oh
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Talked on the sex chat.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's a real thing, and somebody actually posted some of the actual dialogue that was going back and forth.
Screenshots are just
pretty
shocking.
nasty. I mean, really, yes, it's shocking, and to the point where a lot of it we just can't repeat on the radio or podcasts. Well, if it was a different kind of podcast, I guess we could. But we're not going to. But apparently, there's a lot of talk going on in the NSA in these chat room.
I mean,
And
that's
I
less
guess
time.
the CIA is involved too.
Yeah, that's less time they're spending spying on us, though. If they're in there talking about stuff.
Yeah, so the list is NSA, CIA, and DIA.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, so one popular chat topic was male to female transgender surgery, which involves surgically removing your man unit and turning it into an artificial hoo-ha, if you will.
Is that the technical term?
Those are the technical
clinical terms.
Yeah, I like to do the clinical terms, just in case the
Dr.
kids are
Gray.
listening.
Dr. Gray's in town. Got it.
Exactly. Yeah. So this person then discusses the kind of things that he or she, they now like as a result that I won't get into. But another intelligence official boasted that genital surgery allowed him to wear leggings or bikinis without having to wear a gaff under it.
So good for him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
anymore.
it just makes things more comfortable, I guess.
Yes.
One less
like
layer
tape.
of clothing that you have to worry about.
Right.
The employees also discussed hair removal, estrogen injections, and several other things that I won't get into.
Wait, hold up.
My.
You skipped the hair
Yeah, I
removal
did.
Yeah, you
part
skipped
because
quite
I
a
like the
bit.
quote, getting my
Easy.
butthole zapped
Easy.
by lasers.
Easy.
There's a reason I didn't get into that.
See? There's a reason.
So, yeah. So these revelations come at a moment of heightened scrutiny for the intelligence community. President Donald Trump, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard have each made the case that the intelligence agencies have gone woke, prioritizing left-wing activism over national security. These chat logs confirm their suspicions, well, and then some, and raise fundamental questions about competence and professionalism. According to sources, the sex chats were legitimized as part of the NSA's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Activists within the agency used LGBTQ+ employees resource groups to turn their kinks and pathologies into official work duties. According to the current NSA employee, these groups spent all day recruiting activists and holding meetings with titles such as privilege, ally awareness, pride, and transgender community inclusion.
Okay.
This is your government at work. These are the intelligence agencies at work. And they did so with the full support of NSA leadership, which declared that DEI was not only mission critical, but mission imperative. Wow. My God.
Again, Is this grotesque? Yes.
Yes.
Should government employees be doing this? No.
No.
Should your tax dollars go to their salaries while they're doing this? No.
I'm going to say no on that. Yeah.
But again, if they're spending every waking hour on this chat room entertaining each other, then they're not spying on us.
Yeah, but they're not spying on terrorists or
that's fair.
Other nations' agents
okay, that's
either.
Fair. That's
so,
fair. That's,
yeah.
You make a good point.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to read the full list, it's on Pat Gray Unleash Twitter.
Yeah, don't have your kids nearby when you're...
Chris Rufo and Hannah broke the story. So.
Okay. NSA sources also raised the question of some staffers' mental fitness for the job. In one chat, an NSA employee insists on using it pronouns in lieu of the human he or she pronouns. It/its user here. While I understand we can make some people uncomfortable, keep in mind that the dehumanizing aspect either A, doesn't apply, or B, is a positive effect when we're requesting it. Oh, all right. A commenter who disagreed was quickly dismissed by employees of the NSA and CIA who claimed that refusing to use it/its pronouns amounted to erasing their transgender identity.
Awesome. Hot take.
Again, your government at work.
Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence, says this behavior is unacceptable and those involved will be held accountable. These disgusting chat groups were immediately shut down when the president issued his executive order ending DEI insanity that the Biden administration was obsessed with. RIC must be focused on our core mission, ensuring the safety, security, and freedom of the American people. So,
good quote.
Yep. We'll see. I mean, if you're looking for some fat to trim out of the federal bureaucracy, start with whoever was logged on as it and whatever the hell else their names were.
I mean, are there Democrats, just rank and file Democrats, not in leadership, who are okay with this? That's what I want to know. How do actual Democrats across the country feel about this? You know, these things that are now coming out because of transparency in this administration, and that we're actually looking into things and trying to eliminate fraud, neglect, all manner of depravity in our government. And all you can complain about is the fact that Elon Musk has my social security number now. Yeah, like he needs it, you know, like he needs it. All right, 888-900-3393. More coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Great to have you with us. Let me start by, let me give you some of our tweets that we just received. Fury and Energy tweets. Do I think that Crenshaw said that about Tucker and it's a real threat that he's going to kill him? No. Would I highly advise against saying it as a member of Congress? Absolutely. And who knows with him? Who knows? The Pickled Squirrel tweets, Crenshaw needs to go to the Jeffy School of Broadcasting, specifically taking the class Open Mic Cautionary Tales 101. The Dutch Mermaid, Eye Patch Dude is on the Epstein list.
I don't know. Has he been around long enough for that?
I don't know. High Plains Stranger, everyone will be shocked to find out that Bob from accounting and Jake from State Farm are both on the Epstein client list.
She sounds hideous.
Good stuff. So good. Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, I mean that was the first DEI replacement right there.
Was.
Getting rid of white Jake from State Farm, replacing him with black. Now I like black Jake from State Farm.
It's fine. He's fine.
But this was originally a white dude.
Right. And a goofy-looking white dude.
Yeah.
Very
who wore
goofy.
khakis. And
well, she sounds serious.
Yeah. All right. If you're looking for a gift that's simple but kind of stands out, let me recommend Kexi, my wife's bakery. Every cookie is made from scratch using high-quality ingredients, no shortcuts, just fresh butter, rich chocolate, and a recipe that's been in our family for decades. You're going to love these cookies. Whether it's birthdays, thank yous, or just because, Kexi cookies are a thoughtful, reliable gift. They're packaged beautifully. They're shipped fresh right to your door, so you know you're sending something that will be appreciated. Skip the usual gift. Send something real. Visit Kexi.com and do it quickly because some of the cookies that are so incredibly good are about to go away. We got the cinnamon roll that's leaving, the salted caramel, the hot chocolate.
Almond Joy.
Love's First Kiss, the Black Forest. But they're going to be replaced with a new spring menu. And Jackie brought home some of the samples the other day. Oh, my goodness. They are delicious.
Aren't you guys doing like a new brownie, Irish cream brownie?
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be so good. So delicious. So visit Kexi.com, pick out your favorite cookies, and hit send. That's Kexi, K-E-K-S-I, Kexi.com.
And now, Pat Gray returns.
Is my nasal congestion worse today than it was yesterday?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying. Struggling to get through the show today.
You might want to take a day off or something and rest up.
I've already done that too much, so that's kind of why I keep coming in, despite the fact that I'm miserably sick.
Awesome. Well, can't wait till the entire team is.
No, I'm on antibiotics. After the first 24 hours, you're not supposed to be contagious anymore, right? You've never heard that? You look like that doesn't compute with you.
No, I'm good. Everything's fine.
Well, good.
It's a Jace case. Grab some antibiotics.
Yeah. Well,
do you want to tell everyone about your email issue yesterday, or do you not want to discuss that? It's very, very humorous, I think.
Do you? I don't even remember what it was now.
So you send the team an email on Sunday.
Yeah, from the wrong address.
No, from an email address. Right? And so we all reply and say, yeah, go, feel better, rest up. And then you come in here and you're like, nobody replied. And we're like, every one of us replied.
I was on the wrong. Brilliant, fascinating story.
I think it's hysterical. You were checking the wrong email account for the replies because you'd sent it from a different one.
Because I'd never used that one, so that's why. And,
happens to all of us.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Senator Mark Kelly posted this message for former military types like himself. And it went a little something.
Overnight, Donald Trump fired the chairman of the Joint Chiefs.
That's his prerogative.
And the chief of naval operations, and it looks like more firings are coming.
Okay, that's his prerogative.
This is unprecedented, at least in my lifetime, that I can remember.
All right, too bad.
You can remember.
Doing this.
Pause it for a sec. It's unprecedented, at least in my lifetime, that I can remember. Okay.
Wow.
That's all right.
On that.
Yeah.
Check that out. So, unprecedented.
Unprecedented.
Now we're lowering the bar to in my lifetime.
In my lifetime.
Then we're lowering it to
that I can remember.
That is hilarious.
Great. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Unprecedented. So he wants to get out there that it's never happened before.
Yeah.
Well, in my lifetime.
All right.
Well, that I can remember. I may have forgotten multiple times when it has happened, in fact.
You got to watch these videos before you post them, Mark. But he had more.
All right.
Overnight, Donald Trump fired the chairman of the Joint Chiefs and the chief of naval operations, and it looks like more firings are coming.
Good.
Oh, boy.
This is unprecedented, at least in my lifetime, that I can remember.
That he can remember.
Commander-in-Chief doing this for, who knows what his real reason is.
Okay.
Who knows?
To do this. I think I have an idea.
Ooh, foreshadowing.
Probably do too.
What's your
I think
idea?
it's up to us, veterans, to stand up against the president.
Excuse me?
Making some really bad decisions here. This is harmful to the military. So if you're a member of the VFW or the American Legion, or you're a retired member of the military,
what do you want us to do?
Or former military,
Chris, are you listening?
Say something about this.
Oh, I am.
It really makes a difference, and it matters.
Really makes a difference, Chris.
Stand up to the president, Chris.
Stand up.
I don't know what he's.
Okay, I'm standing.
What is he hinting at?
The Department of Defense responded to this.
Let's see.
Dear Senator, please direct all your complaints to the image below. And here's that image, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, Section 2 of the something called the Constitution.
This is excellent.
The President shall be Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy of the United States and of the militia of the several states.
So in other words,
he has the authority to do
Kelly.
all of this.
Not Mark Kelly. And that is a great response. I love these kind of responses from everyone in this administration, top to bottom.
By the way, if you notice, most of this administration departments have a rapid response Twitter account, and they're all monitoring social media and immediately responding to the claims.
Okay.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad they're on top of this stuff. But I don't know what Mark Kelly sounds like an insurrectionist to the untrained ear.
Doesn't he, though? Maybe even to the trained ear.
To the trained ear?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I've never seen a message like that.
Wow.
It's unprecedented, honestly. In my life that I can remember. Seeing a message like that from a veteran.
It is possible that you've forgotten several other instances.
It's quite possible.
Okay.
So I don't know what the... the Air Force guy that he got rid of, that guy was Mr. DEI. He was implementing... the meritocracy was gone in the Air Force. I remember seeing a memo from him over the weekend that if you're white, your chances of moving along or increase in rank there
not going to happen. Mostly
a little less likely for you, whitey.
Yep.
So you got to get rid of these guys. I mean, this is institutional rot, and you got to get these people out. I'm so glad that he's doing this.
Yes, you're talking about General C.Q. Brown Jr.
Yeah.
Yes.
Federal workers are apparently not taking this whole email, what it is that you do assignment very well. They're having a tough time with it. Here's one federal employee who ran to CNN yesterday to tell on him.
First, just tell us about this email and what it was like receiving it and what you all have talked about after getting it.
Right. Okay.
Sure. I got this email Saturday afternoon about 3 p.m. And I felt absolutely infuriated getting this email with a demand within 48 hours to provide a response on what I did within the last week or face termination.
How dare an employer ask an employee to tell them what they've done in their job for which we all pay? How dare they ask that of them? 5 things, 5 bullet points. What'd you do? It's not that hard. But she was infuriated.
Such entitlement, too.
Oh, my gosh. Like, we shouldn't have to answer to anybody for anything, ever.
And it's not like your job is from a private employer who willfully employs you and pays you out of their own pocket.
Nope.
You're paid from people that are compelled under threat of force to pay taxes. Like, we're all at work. You're driving to work right now, and you're withholding. They're taking money out of your paycheck. You have no say in this. And that money goes to pay for salaries of this chick, and she can't be bothered with telling you 5 freaking things that she did.
Too hard.
They extended the deadline to tonight at midnight, or you will be terminated.
She had more.
Face termination.
Yeah.
This is clearly an attempt from Elon Musk to harass and bully and intimidate the federal workforce, which is part of his broader plan to gut the federal workforce.
Good.
And privatize public sector services.
Oh, really?
To ensure
that
corporations like his own can get more profit. And that makes me really angry. My coworkers as well.
Read that.
We don't want you to be angry, Puddin'. Darn it, little pumpkin. Are you really angry? We should have told Elon when he started this thing. Don't make people angry.
Right.
Don't make her angry. Little Blondie needs to not have to answer for what she does every week.
I mean, this is the participation trophy generation.
Sure is. Sure is. And until now, we bent over backwards accepting the participation trophy garbage when we all said, wait till they get to the workplace. And then instead, the workplace just bent to their will. Well, that's not happening under this administration. which is fantastic. We all have to answer to somebody about the job we're doing. Are you kidding me? So you who are paid by taxpayers, you shouldn't be expected to tell your employer what you did last week? 5 little bullet points. 5 things. What'd you do? 1 thing a day for 5 days. That's too much to ask? Wow. Well, then you really need to go. You really do. Go find something in the private sector and see if they'll bend over backwards for you.
And I know I'm a Territorian, but that image of that interview on top of her name, it said San Francisco. So are federal employees working in San Francisco?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, federal employees are all over the country.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not commuting
They're not
anywhere.
all in D.C.
Oh, I thought they were all in D.C.
No. Federal employees.
Boy, that sure would be
everywhere.
I like that plan.
Yeah.
You're a federal employee. You're in D.C., period.
And Trump was asked about this email, and he replied. And I think he's smart about his reply.
Cut 25.
Do you think that DOGE could benefit from more streamlined communications? There was that email telling
Macron has no idea what's being said.
Last week, agency heads then told people to ignore it.
You're talking about the last email that was sent where he wanted to know what you did this week. You know why he wanted that, by the way? I thought it was great. Because we have people that don't show up to work and nobody even knows if they work for the government. So by asking the question, tell us what you did this week, what he's doing is saying, are you actually working? And then if you don't answer, like you're sort of semi-fired or you're fired, because a lot of people are not answering because they don't even exist. They're trying to find, that's how badly various parts of our government were run by, and especially by this last group. So what they're doing is they're trying to find out who's working for the government. Are we paying other people that aren't working? And, you know, where is all this? Where's the money gone? We have found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud so far, and we've just started. We're actually going to Fort Knox to see if the gold is there, because maybe somebody stole the gold. Tons of gold. So I think it was actually, there was a lot of genius in sending it. We're trying to find out if people are working. And so we're sending a letter to people, please tell us what you did last week.
Yep.
If people don't respond, it's very possible that there is no such person or they're not working.
And that's to the point that the Pat head was telling us. Remember, you get locked out of your employee email in 30 days if you haven't opened it up. And, and he just kind of said, we just want to know if you're actually
are you
working.
There? Yeah, are you even there anymore?
Musk even showed how you could use Grok to make up 5 BS bullet points that are unverifiable. I mean, it's like we're giving them the answers to the test. Here, just fill it out.
They can't even do that. And, you know, that's part of the problem with not showing up at the workplace. There's nobody at these, in their cubicle. We saw the empty office space for these government employees because they're all supposedly working from home. Well, okay, you don't want to come into the office. You don't want to tell us what you did at home. I guess we just send you checks and you do nothing.
That's what they want.
That's what they want. Well, that's what they've been getting, and now they're pissed. Tough. It's tough.
Listen to this, though. They are melting down over the most rudimentary ask.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's pathetic.
Fire them all.
It's pathetic.
Start over.
Even Jamie Dimon says that the government needs this DOGE review of what's happening because there's so much fraud, so much waste, and so many things going on, so much incompetence that we're wasting billions, hundreds of billions of dollars. It's Jamie Dimon from J.P. Morgan Chase. He's not exactly a MAGA guy. But he was asked by CNBC's Leslie Picker whether he supported these efforts. He declined to give what he called a binary response, but he made comments that supported the overall effort. The government is inefficient, not very competent, and needs a lot of work. It's not just waste and fraud, it's outcomes. So, I mean, while they're trying to get Dimon to sign off on how bad Elon Musk is, he wouldn't. All right, let me tell you about Tri-Tails. I don't know about you, but one of the things I love best in life is a good, tender, juicy steak. I love it when that steak comes from a cow that was raised right here in Texas, too. If you want to buy beef from a family-owned, fifth-generation ranch like I do, look no further than Tri-Tails Beef. It's delicious. You can bring premium Texas beef to your table because these are top-tier cuts of meat, hand-packed and delivered directly to you. I'm talking USDA Prime and Choice beef with high-end Black Angus genetics that ensure every single bite is going to be consistently delicious. There's no grass-fed gimmicks, just premium, flavorful beef that's been raised the right way and balanced for tenderness and marbling. That means these cattle are pasture-raised and grain-finished by Texans who care about the quality of their product. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. So, if you're like me and you love delicious steak, trybeef.com is where you should go. TRYBEEF. Trybeef.com/Pat Gray. Use the promo code Pat Gray and get 5% off your first order on a one-time purchase. That's trybeef.com/Pat Gray. Promo code Pat Gray. All one word to get 5% off your Tri-Tails beef order today.
Pat Gray Unleashed. We'll be right back after this.
All right. Great to have you with us. Al Roker.
Oh, no.
You might know him from the fact that he pooped his pants.
You pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
Right. Remember that?
Oh, legend.
He was in the White House, and
you pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
He pooped his pants. So
is that the greatest clip in that entire machine?
It might be.
It might.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It might be.
I think you're right.
Mr. Poo Poo Pants has a thought on why it's been so cold in the United States lately.
Oh.
Yeah. So cut 17.
Okay.
Well, yesterday I heard you guys talking when we were talking about all this cold air, and you said, well, if the planet's warming, how come it's so cold? So we thought we would answer that for you.
Oh, okay, good.
So
good.
Arctic air is contained by the polar vortex.
Okay.
It keeps it up there in the Arctic. However, as the planet is warming, climate change has actually caused significant warming up into the Arctic. So as that warm air comes up into the Arctic, that weakens the polar vortex, that boundary, and it allows that cold air to move south. And that is why climate change, global planet warming, actually allows some parts of the country to be colder than usual. For today, that cold air goes all the way down to Texas.
Good stuff.
Obviously, there's been a little problem with the cold winter that we're having after they told us, especially in Texas, it's going to be warm and dry.
Warm and dry.
Warm and dry all winter. We've had 3 nasty cold snaps, which is very unusual for us.
Yeah.
It is actually like snowed, and I use that term lightly because it was just a smattering of snow.
Yeah.
But it's done it twice now. It happened twice. That normally doesn't snow at all. And you're going to tell me, I'll bet they've had all kinds of questions about this. Why, if climate change is so bad and the global warming situation is killing us, how is it so cold?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
it's so cold because it's so hot. It's so hot that it's gone flipped all the way back over to cold.
Yes.
So a month ago, we had an article from one of the British tabloids. I forget what it was. And it was trying to tell us that since global warming has made the ocean so warm, that has increased the cold and the snow.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and now we've got Al Roker on board.
Oh, my gosh.
I will say that the Trump administration is no longer participating in planning the next United Nations climate report. So your IPCC climate assessment crap that you get all the time, we're not going to be a part of that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. Mm-hmm. So we're out of that. We're out of the Paris Accords. We're, hopefully returning to common sense once again.
People are suffering. People are dying.
Thank you, Greta.
But again, to recap, it's getting colder because it's getting
so
warmer.
hot. It's so damn hot. It flipped around to cold. So
got it.
Yeah.
I never thought, Pat, you'd be correct about the view of the weather. You literally are correct about the weather.
It used to be just a goofy line that Pat would say.
Right.
And it's actually their gospel now.
It is. It's because what other explanation can you offer? It's just gotten so hot that it goes back around to cold now. So, yeah. It's just part of the circular cycle of weather and climate.
I say,
and by the way,
for a grant.
Yes,
that's a great study. Right? They're using your study for free.
I should be getting $10 million for this. Jeez. I mean, it's unbelievable how many times they've told us to don't confuse weather with climate, but that's what they do all the time. Now in the summer, when it's hot again, because it will be hot from time to time. And it'll be really hot in some places. And it might even might even threaten to break a record. Well, they'll tell you that's global warming. That's climate change. Well, wait, I thought weather events weren't climate events. Why do you do that all the time? And then when you start to say, hey, it's really cold here, unusually so, how is that happening? Well, it's because of global warming. So they've got both sides of this issue. There's just no arguing with them. You can't, because they have it both ways on every single point that you try to make. Oh, it's agonizing. 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Still so much to get into. So much DOGE to talk about. Kamala Harris visited the Pacific Palisades fire.
Yeah, she did.
And apparently this is...
You could have had her, America.
You could have.
Yeah, you could have. And this is going to be hard to take, but Joy Reid is sad. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. We'll share that with you as well.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
You pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
I'm sorry, what?
You pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
Right, yep. Unrepentant thought criminal tweets, apparently even after Al Roker pooped his pants, he's still full of crap. What happened there?
Good morning.
But did you notice something that Al Roker is no longer skinny? He's gotten fatter.
No, really?
Yes. Joe, whenever you get a chance, go ahead and show me Al Roker. Look at that.
That's a big boy now.
Oh, yeah, he's gotten a little...
What?
Oh, look at that, look at that.
More than a little.
Oh, my.
That's a high pressure system.
Wow.
Right around his midsection.
Yeah.
I guess global climate change, side effect.
He's got a waistband vortex going on there.
So what happened to his procedure, though? I thought that was...
Yeah.
Did the band break? I'm being serious. I don't know. Something happened.
Don't know.
I don't know, but that's no longer the Al Roker that I'm used to seeing.
Oh, that's sad. I mean, he for years, he was quite slender, right? I mean, for years, he
an
was
unhealthy
very big,
looking
but,
slender. You know, like there's some people like that.
He looked worse. Actually,
Yes,
he looks
he
better
did.
now. He looks better, fatter.
He looks healthy.
Yeah.
I would say that you've got Al Roker in that camp, Al Sharpton in that camp,
Yes.
John Goodman in that camp.
Yes.
And I don't know I don't understand the physics of that, but
I don't know.
Some guys look better fat.
It's true.
Oh.
And I think it goes beyond we're just used to seeing them fat. I think there's something else. They don't look super healthy.
In the face.
Yes, it's all in the face, yes.
All right, so Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth shot down an idiot reporter. You got to love what's happening with these guys right now.
Don't care.
So great. Watch this. Cut 21.
Underqualified retired lieutenant general to be the next chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. I'm gonna choose to reject your unqualified question. Who's next?
So the reporter said, "Why did you choose? What was it? An unqualified retired lieutenant general?
Yes,
to be the next Joint Chiefs. I'm going to choose to not answer your unqualified question. Get out of my face.
Good for him.
I love it.
Yeah, they're just not taking crap off these people.
No,
it's great. Now, Kamala Harris went to the Palisades fire.
Could have had her.
And I'm sure this is going to make you pine for her.
Yes.
14.
What goes through your mind when you see this? You're here. You're now seeing it up close.
It's not only seeing it, Alex. You can smell it.
Oh.
You can feel it, right?
Fire,
So it's seeing it with our eyes, and many people have seen it. You all are covering it.
Okay, keep in mind that concept. She's seeing it with her eyes. Really? Is that how you see things? Is that like Russia is a big country and Ukraine is smaller?
Right.
Okay, so we learned that and from her.
She's good.
And now we've learned that she sees things with her eyes.
Okay.
All right. Go back to the beginning. Let's let that soak in as we hear more wisdom coming from her.
What goes through your mind when you see this? You're here. You're now seeing it up close.
Yeah.
It's not only seeing it, Alex. You can smell it.
Oh, wow.
You can feel it, right? So it's
Alex,
seeing
right?
it with
That's
our
Alex
eyes,
right
and
there.
many people have seen it.
Right.
You all
Seen
are
it
covering
with
it.
their eyes.
But
Yeah.
to literally be on the ground here, you can smell the smoke that was here. You can feel the
can smell
toxicity, frankly,
smoke.
of the environment.
Uh-huh.
You can feel the energy of all of the folks who are still here on the ground.
Could have had her.
What could have had her? Yeah. You rejected her, America. Now how do you feel? Hurts, doesn't it?
So
to see what could have been, what might have been.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
Right.
So you're standing on the ground.
Yeah.
Helps
Yeah.
you smell, and you can feel the energy of the people.
You can
who
feel
are still,
the energy.
This
so
woman
weird.
is.
She's trying to be so smart that
I
she's
know.
stupid.
I know. She's trying to be so relatable too, and
Yes.
so the opposite happens. Ugh.
All of these meetings that Trump is having with foreign leaders and press conference. Just imagine. No,
if it was her.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
It's painful to think that timeline was close to reality.
Well, imagine all the world leaders that had to interact with her while she was vice president.
Good stuff.
Also, of course, Joy Reid has been fired. I don't know when her last day is.
Last night.
Last night was her last day?
Yes, last night.
Oh, wow. That was quick. So they just let her come back for one see ya
I guess.
kind of thing.
It's on my DVR. Can't wait to go back home and watch it later. I have no idea what she said on her show.
But here's what she said after. This is the video she did afterwards,
No,
right? Or is this on the show?
Before she's getting
Did
interviewed.
this yesterday afternoon before.
Okay. And here it is.
My show had value, and
Did it?
that
Oh, no, honey.
that
no.
that what I was doing had value. Had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And I say this is kind of like being on TV. So I apologize.
More entitlement.
And that it kind of, and then it mattered. I see Karen is there, and
Wipe your
she's been
face.
texting me as
Got
well.
something on
And
your
so what I
mouth.
will just say is that in the end, thank you. Where I land
Wipe
is
away
that
those tears.
No, it's down near
the
your
moment
no,
that
other side.
of guilt that I felt that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was
Here we go.
the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted.
Pause
and
it.
not just black.
And to who was targeting the Asian Americans? Did you get into that, Joy? Did you get into who was targeting the Asian Americans?
Pat.
In almost every case we saw a video of who was doing it.
Pat.
Yeah.
You're going to pace yourself for this clip.
Yeah, okay.
I'm telling you something.
But
boy.
that's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Come on. All right, let her continue.
Not just black folks that, or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents did.
Pause
and
it.
try to make
Did your parents come here illegally? Because I am so tired of hearing, well, we are all immigrants. All your forerunners came here from somewhere else. Yeah, legally.
Oh, no.
They came here legally.
Pacing.
They came. I am pacing right now. This is paced. They came here through Ellis Island.
Okay.
They were documented. They were checked for health because if they had TB or consumption or any of those things that people used to bring with them, they weren't allowed into the country. Yeah. We send back them. To use a Felipe Calderon line, we send back them. We also found out what they were going to do here and what they could do for this country. So we documented them. We knew who they were. We knew what they were doing.
So we used to vet them.
Yes.
Wow.
We vetted people who came here. That's the advantage you have when they come here legally.
That sounds racist.
You can choose. I thought choice was so paramount to these people. We can't choose who comes into this country and who doesn't?
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
All right.
There's more.
Okay, there's more.
Oh, no.
Try to make a life and defended them. Or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution.
Okay, what is it?
That is injurious
Name one
to
thing.
our liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient.
Pause it.
Nicole Hannon. Okay,
there's another stinking lie. You're defending books. No. I guess we should just open up like porn to all grade schoolers and kindergartners, right? And not worry about what they have access to at all.
I mean, that's the real America.
Yeah.
And
give them access to absolutely everything.
I love how
Good gosh.
she tries to infer that it's Trump who is subverting the Constitution, yet for 4 years, her and her other buddies on the left just ignored time after time after time that the Biden administration just steamrolled the Constitution.
Oh, yeah.
And also, there's a great meme that says that if Trump were a dictator, the Democrats wouldn't be free to say all of the dumb crap that they say. Yeah, think about that. But there's more.
Yeah, but I mean, the book thing.
Yes.
I'm so sick and tired of it. He's banning. Nobody banned books. We kept books from school children. We're not supposed to protect children anymore? Nobody banned the book. It's still available. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. You can get it online. You can get that wonderful book if you want to. It has not been banned. It's been kept away from some school children, but it has not been banned, and nobody's burning them in the public square. That is such stupidity. Such lies that they just continue to repeat over and over. No wonder this person doesn't have a gig anymore. All right, let her keep going.
That Nicole Hannon-Jones put into our spirit that we need to understand 1619 as the real founding of this country, whether it's talking about any of these issues. And yes.
Pause it.
Okay, the 1619. Is that even worth defending? I mean, everybody knows it's not real. It's not the founding of this country. It had nothing to do with America. It had everything to do with Great Britain. Oh, my gosh. I can't.
I still don't think that I mean, no pressure, but I still don't think your duct tape to the cranium moment has arrived yet.
You're kidding.
I'm not.
It gets worse than this.
I told you. Pacing.
Wow.
Let's go, Joe.
All right.
As the real founding of this country, whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object, to little babies being bombed. And where I come down on that is I'm not sorry. I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God.
What?
And I'm a church girl too. And those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
And that's why you don't have one anymore. Because you're a moron.
They're of God.
She's a church girl. Church girl. What do you mean?
Church girl.
No.
Babies being bombed.
I'm gonna say
for that.
No.
I really thought Pat would lose it on the. I'm sorry if I offended you for defending babies being bombed. Never mind if they're in a womb.
Right.
But,
right.
But if they're bombed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and were they bombed? Were babies bombed? Or was Hamas bombed and they were hiding behind babies? I mean, that's on Hamas, okay? Because Israel had had to respond to what happened to them on October 7th. They had to, and they did. And they're trying to continue to exist. And it's a nation of 9 million people that's surrounded by 250 million people who hate their guts and want them eliminated from the face of the planet. And it's a miracle that they still exist. And that's a thing of God. That's, if you're a church-going person, you know that that's true.
Well, she's a church girl.
Yeah, she's a church girl. Oof, that is agonizing. Agonizing doesn't go anywhere near far enough. That is atrocious. And, you know, she wonders why she's out of a job now, because you're a moron. That's why. And you spew nonsense on your show every night. You don't even know what you're talking about. You might want to look into some of these things. Wow. And nobody's stopping you from supporting Palestinians. Go ahead. I mean, if you've got the right to, and you did. Okay. Well, MSNBC, even MSNBC doesn't want to be subjected to that anymore. That's their prerogative as your employer. But you were allowed to say it. Nobody put you in jail, and they're still not. So, what's the problem constitutionally? There isn't one. She has the freedom of speech to say these stupid things. Doesn't mean she's going to continue to be able to say them on MSNBC. There's no guarantee of that. But Rachel Maddow, is she mad?
Oh,
I hate it when Rachel gets mad. I bet she is. Did she talk about it on MSNBC?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, this
right on the show.
This dude got angry last night.
Mark Cuban did, yeah.
Okay.
PM hour all the other nights except for Mondays. So that's a big change. An even bigger programming change is at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Eastern, where Joy Reid's show, The Readout, ended tonight. And Joy is not taking a different job in the network. She is leaving the network altogether. And that is very, very, very hard to take.
Very wonderful is what it is.
I am 51 years old. I have been gainfully employed since I was 12. And I have had so many different kinds of jobs, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. But
we also don't care.
In all of the jobs I have had, in all of the years I have been alive, there is no colleague for whom I have had more affection and more respect than Joy Reid. I love everything about her.
Shows what a
I have
bonehead
learned
you
so
are.
much from her. I have so much more to learn from her. I do not want to lose her as a colleague here at MSNBC. And personally, I think it is a bad mistake to let her walk out the door. It is not my call, and I understand that, but that's what I think. I will tell you, it is also unnerving to see that on a network where we've got two non-white hosts in primetime.
Here we go.
Both of our non-white hosts in primetime are losing their shows, as is Katie Fang on the weekend.
Oh, wow. Racism at
And
MSNBC.
that feels worse than bad.
Oh, boy.
No matter who replaces them. That feels indefensible. And I do not defend it.
Doesn't it? That is indefensible.
But there's just one other piece of it that you should know.
Uh-oh, one other piece.
From your side of the TV screen, you will mostly see changes in terms of who's in the anchor chair. And actually, everybody who's going to be in anchor chairs from here on out are great colleagues and great at what they do. And you are not going to be disappointed in who's on our air and what you're going to be seeing.
I bet I will, actually. Bet I won't be seeing
That was
them,
interesting.
though. That's the thing. That was interesting.
That's interesting.
Calling them
Just
out
said
like
it was
they're
racist.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right.
and she's speaking as a white guy in primetime on MSNBC.
Thank you.
So, I mean, that's an interesting perspective.
And, you know, a transgendered person who is has a forum uniquely her own, and that's or his own,
right?
Whatever. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I mean, when Joy Reid got canned over the weekend, I tweeted out something like, "Oh, it's clearly racism at MSNBC." It's just tongue in cheek. Rachel Maddow, who is
really believes
the face of the network, is effectively saying that about her own boss.
Not effective. She just said it.
Yes,
she said it. Yeah.
I mean, that's the star of the network. That's the golden child of MSNBC. They gave her such a deal. It was like, I forget how much she was making. Was it 20 million plus or something?
Let's see.
And that was for 5 days a week. She's making, I think, the same or more for 1 day a week. That's how much they like her. That's how much they wanted to keep her.
$25 million for 1 day.
Okay, for 1 day a week. Man, is that a good gig?
That's
if
a
you
great
could get
gig.
it. Oh, what would you give for that gig?
Right?
1 day a week. Somebody else writes your show, you show up and read the teleprompter, and you get $25 million a year for that.
I'm sorry.
With crappy ratings. It's not like she's number one on that network, but she's like, I don't know, 14th overall. I don't know how many people, everybody on Fox is ahead of her. Everybody. I mean, even Greg Gutfeld, who's on at 11 o'clock at night, beats her in the ratings. I'm pretty sure. I think she's got 1 million something. Are you looking at ratings?
Oh, gosh.
You looked like you were looking at ratings, but perhaps not.
Yeah.
All right. But, I mean, how do you get a gig like that? How is it possible?
I mean, this says $2.5 million.
What does?
For Maddow.
Yeah, I got 2.0. Yeah.
What? So she went from 25 million to 2.5? Did she? Okay, so she did get a pay cut. Wow.
Yeah, so following the show's shift to a weekly format. So hold on. So they all flock to that one night.
Yeah.
You know, like I can't give you 5 nights a week, Rachel. I've seen your show. But I can tolerate maybe 1 night a week. That's what our audience is saying there. So that's interesting. And then, I feel so bad. Have we done a status check for Jeff Fisher with Lester Holt?
Oh, yeah, Lester.
Leaving NBC?
Lester also has been booted from the anchor chair at NBC Nightly News.
Oh.
Wow. You know, he's been voted most trusted news person twice, and now they're jettisoning him? I guess he's going to focus solely on Dateline.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
So no podcast?
No, he has a podcast. Every living organism on the planet has a podcast. I'm sure he does. Look for it. I'll bet you he does.
Got to, right?
Everybody does. So yeah. But yeah, we're going to have to find out tomorrow from Jeffy.
Gosh,
he's probably in sackcloth and ashes right now.
Yes.
And lit the candles.
Pulling his hair out and whatnot.
His podcast is the Nightly News.
It's just the
podcast.
NBC Nightly News.
Yeah, so he doesn't have an independent podcast.
Okay. That's amazing.
Okay.
So, yeah, Lester Holt out. And they apparently don't know who's going to replace him, right? They don't have a replacement yet. They just said, yeah, we don't want you.
Dang.
Just
get out. Another person of color biting the dust at NBC.
NBC, yep.
What racist?
It's the only answer.
It's the only explanation right there. Huh. All right. Well, let me tell you about Real Estate Agents I Trust, because your home, probably pretty good chance it's the biggest investment you have, and so you want things to go well when you sell it. You want to make money. You want to buy low and sell high, and when that happens, it is awesome. I've only known it once in my life. Once. And that was just a few months ago. And thank heaven I got to experience it once. It's great. And Real Estate Agents I Trust can help you get there. They'll help you with all the information you need to sell your house get the most for it. And what you need to do to get your house ready for sale, whether it's, replacing countertops or remodeling a bathroom or whatever the case is. And maybe you won't need to do anything. Your realtor will know. And they are with buyers all the time. Conversely, when you're buying, if you're doing both, you're selling and buying because you're relocating, they're going to direct you to the best neighborhoods and the best school districts and get you the most home for your money. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name really says it all. It's realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Yeah. All right. Trump and Alec who? Who's this?
Alec
this
Baldwin.
Video?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Trump and Alec Baldwin?
Sure. What's the guy's name? Josh Scoop?
Comedian Josh.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
He's awesome.
All right. Let's check that out.
It's funny stuff.
Alec, it's your favorite president. Look, Alec, I will offer you a total pardon, because I want to be friends, right? I want to be friends. I will give you a total pardon for murdering that woman. If you kiss the ring. Kiss the ring, Alec. Kiss the big, beautiful ring. Come on, Alec. Come on, look at Alec Baldwin, right? He did that impersonation of me. It was not too hot, not too good. But look, we're back in office. You lost. Kamala lost. She's somewhere getting intoxicated. Look at that suitcase. Unbelievable. Well, Alec, if you don't want that pardon for murdering that woman in cold blood, you can call it first degree, you can call it whatever you want, but it was not good. She's looking down on me right now, smiling, happy. Thank you for confronting the man who took me out, who killed me. And that's okay. Sure.
No, you realize, but no, look at me. I want you to look at me.
Sure.
You know, you got a camera on me?
The ring? No, it's the ring.
But believe me, you realize my kids live in this building, right? But I want you to know.
We love the children. We're doing great deals for the children.
So be real careful.
Okay.
I'd snap your neck in half and break your neck right there. So you know that, don't you?
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin, ladies and gentlemen, class act. Believe me. Okay.
It's so great.
Oh, he's yelling at me. I'm a citizen of this. I was born and raised in New York City. I love you, Alec.
He's standing in the public street.
Look, Alec, you don't want to attack your favorite president, Alec. Look, I love you.
He never
I
broke his neck.
He's got more balls than De Niro, that I can tell you. De Niro ran away. Alec confronted. That's good.
That's comedian Jason Scoop with a nice job there with Alec Baldwin. That takes some giblets right there.
Yeah.
Hats off to him for some serious giblets.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.